this speaks to just how bored we all are in COVID that we have so many people for this temple meeting. Um,
Yeah.
but it also speaks to our community and your interest in what's going on at the synagogue, our desire to share things with you and answer questions, and how much we miss each other. I think also it's lovely just to see each other. So thank you for allowing us to see each other's faces. Before we turn to the lighting of the Hanukkah candles, I wanted to just share a brief story with you. It's an old Jewish story, so you might have heard it before. But in a mountain village many, many years ago, there was a nobleman who was concerned about the legacy that he would leave to the people of his town. And so he decided to build a synagogue in the course of his planning, he decided no one would see the plans for the building until it was finished. He erected a wall around the building and began the construction. The workers were sworn to secrecy, and day and night they worked until the new synagogue was finished. And when the work was completed, the townspeople were excited. Um, Sorry, somebody message popped up. The townspeople were excited, very excited, and they couldn't wait and curious about what they would find upon entering the new synagogue. And so they lined up early in the morning, anxiously awaiting for the wall to come down. The doors opened, the townspeople entered, and they marveled at the synagogue's magnificence. No one could ever remember such a beautiful synagogue anywhere in the world as the one that had been built. And they sat admiring the intricate designs, the beautiful windows, and they were in awe of the craftsmanship and the detail in all of its respects. And then, noticing a seemingly obvious flaw in the design, one of them asked, "Where are all the lamps? What will provide the lighting for our synagogue? You built such a beautiful building and forgot to place lamps so that we could see when we were worshiping? How could this be?" And the crowd actually began to laugh. The proud nobleman held up his hand to silence the crowd, and a hush came over the congregation. And he pointed to the brackets, the hooks that were strategically placed all along the walls throughout the synagogue. He then gave each family a lamp as he explained, "Whenever you come to the synagogue, I want you to bring your lamp and to light it. And your light will fill this place of prayer. But each time that you're not here," he said, "a part of the synagogue will be dark. And this lamp will remind you that whenever you are absent, some part of God's house will be dark. And your community is relying on you for the light." Now, I share this story obviously for a few reasons. One, our synagogue is dark right now. We haven't been in that sanctuary for the purposes of prayer in 9 months, other than when Rabbi Brown, Cantor Tausik, and I were there for the holidays, High Holy Days. I can tell you that Bernie is taking good care. He still lights the lights of our Yortzeit board every week. We dust off the pews, and things are in good respect. But it is dark. And still there's light in our lives, and there is light in our community, and that's all of you on these boxes on this screen. You are the lamps that light us even from distant places. Where in that one synagogue, many lamps had to come into one space to fill the space and to bring light. What we've discovered in this pandemic is we can actually diffuse light. We can spread light around the community and bring light to all of our lives. And so at this time of Hanukkah, when it is the festival of lights, when we celebrate how one candle in its simpleness can kindle many other lights and not lose any of its own light, Rabbi Brown and I and your Clay Kodesh, Cantor Tausik, and everybody working at the temple, Laura and Kathy who are on this call, and Ira and all of us, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for spreading the light, for being the light of Temple Shalom in each of your homes, and in doing so, through things like Zoom and our streams and our classes and stuff like that, bringing light to each other's lives as well. I know that we feel alone and we feel disconnected, and many of us feel isolated. But the light of this community, it really does shine bright. It doesn't need to be contained in our building, as we've learned, although we look forward to being able to come back to it. But the light of Temple Shalom, it shines bright, maybe brightest, at this time when we need it most. So, happy Hanukkah. Thank you for being the light. And to kindle the lights of Hanukkah, I want to turn it over to the Robin's Paradise family, to our temple president, Melody Robin's Paradise, who is reunited with her 4 children, finally all in the home. I brought the Hanukkah from our temple over to Yoel and Melody, I think it was yesterday, I don't even remember anymore. And she commented, if I can say, that now when they have meals, they can only do one load of dish. It takes a dishwasher for one entire meal. And that was a blessing to have again. To have your children with you, I know, is very special for everybody's family at this time of year. And Melody and Yoel, we're so glad that all of your kids can be together. And so we turn it over to you for the blessings and whatever else is to come.
Thank you, Rabbi Dan. Chag Sameach, everyone.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher tishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim l'avoteinu bayamin hahem b'zman hazeh. Sur yeshuati lechanael shabeach, tikom betefilati v'sham Torah nizabeach, v'tachim ha'beach Mitzur ha'nabeach, azekmor v'shir mizmor, Hanukkah tamizbeach, azekmor v'shir mizmor, Hanukkah tamizbeach. Mi yemalel b'ot Yisrael otamim, and bechol yakum hagidol goel ha'am. Mi yemalel b'ot Yisrael otamim, and bechol yakum hagidol goel ha'am. Shema Bayamim hayam bazman hazeh, Makavim Moshiach ufodeh, Yameinu kol am Yisrael, Yakum v'yigael. Mi yemalel b'ot Yisrael otamim,